Who's in your inner circle? And when you look back at these people, do you think that you should allow them in your circle, or maybe they're poison to you? I just got finished reading basically chapter 7 of The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And it basically went down to say that a lot of success really revolves around who you are around or who you associate with. It goes down saying this: rich people associate with successful people, and poor people associate with uh, unsuccessful people. Now, let me on to say that they did mention that when they say rich and poor people, they don't actually mean like the people itself, but the mindset, the poor mindset and the rich mindset. So I'm just gonna go say that before this sounds toxic. But what it basically is saying that the people around you spread an energy, right? And this energy is very contagious. Jesus, my hair. It's very windy outside, as you can see right there. But like I was saying, a lot of what you do revolves around the people around you, and that got me thinking that it doesn't. Also, it just doesn't. Let me back up. That doesn't always. No, sorry. It doesn't relate with money. What the book was teaching can be applied to many things in life. One example for me being fitness. Now, out of my friend group, I would consider myself the most uh, fitness active of them all. And as of recently, we've been having a lot of fitness adventures or fitness goals. I was our fitness journeys. Yeah, better wording for that. And I wouldn't say I'm certainly the cause of that, but based on what the book is stating, I at least had some influence. Of course, there's personal reasons. It is close to New Year's. I mean, it was close to the New Year, so of course there could be that. But that doesn't uh, fully say that I'm not a part of that. And I guess that also goes on to say other things other than fitness. When you go, when you associate yourself with other people and you mix in with those people, you start developing those habits, right? If you were to be around a lot of rich people, obviously, you might end up with rich habits or rich-minded habits again. And with this rich-minded habits, you, well, will get rich. Same thing with fitness. If you are around people that are fitness minded, then of course you'll be more into fitness. And I'm not saying that it's a guaranteed because you associate that energy, you do whatever you want with that energy, right? And that goes on to say about negative uh, minds. So if you're surrounded by negative people, let's say there's that one single person that just doesn't believe in you, flames you for everything. Let's say they're like, you won't make it in wealth, or why are you even lifting? You're not losing any weight. Let's say you have somebody like that. You can take that energy they're giving to you in a negative way. You can think, oh, if somebody says this, I'm gonna quit, or this and that. But in the book, it states that if you have people like that in your life, you shouldn't necessarily take them out of your life. One key aspect that it mentioned was the only way you can forge a sword is with fire. Basically saying that you should use that negative talk to, excuse me, you should use that negative talk to further improve yourself. And of course, there are sometimes times where it's just too heavy. You can't you can't just always take that. And what he goes on to say about that is on the long journey, why would you choose yourself to be with such a negative mind, one mind that always brings you down, and you do whatever you do with that information. You can either give them up, uh, just wait and see if they themselves are influenced by your energy, whatever. Oh, there's a fucking dog. What the fuck? Big ass dog. That shit scared the shit out of me. Anyways, shit, I could have gotten attacked. What the fuck? I would have dead has been attacked. Oh, it's a thirsty boy. Oh, very unfortunate, but where was I? That really distracted me. But no, it most of the most of the book or that chapter basically saying that the people around you has a great influence on what you do with your life. So for my case, if I want to be more rich, it stated that you should be around rich people. Now, of course, that doesn't mean ditch everybody else and don't associate with them. That's not what it means. It means that you shouldn't just stick. You shouldn't just stick with the usual and and increase. How do I say it right? Increase your circle, I guess. Because if you stay with just your normal circle, you stay the same. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just saying that if you want to improve or be better at something, you need to increase your circle with those like-minded people. And I say to not leave them or leave your old circle or leave the people that were at your circle that aren't like-minded, because maybe your energy when you do grow end up motivating them to improve themselves. And for me personally, I love uh, I love having that feeling that I am motivating the people around me to be better, because that in reality is all I want. I want everybody to just be better, the best version of themselves. And if I'm helping them do that by me being better, then of course I'm gonna improve my circle so I can get better. And maybe if they ended up taking my energy in a good way, they get better. I really do find unfortunate about all the people that are surrounded by very negative thinking, and those who just don't understand that you can take that energy and make it into something else. Because if they've only been surrounded by negative talks or put downs, then it's very unlikely that they'll find a way to make that into a positive thinking. I really hope that for people like that, that they're able to find a way to use those put downs as a pull ups. But it's very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. But hmm, there was a good uh, sentence that he wrote. It goes something like this: if negative energy were like, I forgot what it was, like hives, I believe he said, or a certain infection or whatever. If negative energy was like hives, instead of itching, it'd be bitching. I forgot the context of all of that, but I think it meant like if there was a instead of the if itching was a negative mind, then if you're surrounding by somebody, if you get touched by somebody with hives, then you start itching. But instead of hives, it's a negative mind. Instead of itching, it's bitching. They start bitching. The people that with negative minds around you start bitching. I don't know. I found that so funny when I fucking read that shit. But again, it took me to realize that yeah, the people around you, even with the smallest of things, greatly influence you. And it doesn't mean if excuse me, I had to burp a little bit. And it doesn't mean that if you want them to change or you want them to have a better mindset, you shouldn't push them to do that. But maybe if you yourself start to improve in that one thing, then maybe you start those they will start to receive that energy and take it as the way you wanted it to. But that shouldn't be your main priority. You should focus on yourself, and it would passively do it. But again, overall, oh my god, associate yourself with the people that you want to be associated with, and through there, maybe once you start improving, the people that were with you or are currently with you or have been there with you, they themselves will start improving in themselves in that form in order for so y'all both can grow together. But other than that, that's it. And wonder more.